And you're just in time for Richard Mwenja Exclusive, your go-to point on matters political and governance analysis. Here in Kenya and across the region, welcome to the conversation. I'm a bit under the weather, but you have to pardon me with that. I have your favorite gentleman, Herman Manyora, who's going to help us unpack the day's conversation and make sense of what's happening in this country in the leadership arena. Herman Manyora, how are you doing today?
Good, a little tired, but I'm okay.
But you're okay?
Okay.
Still going strong, huh?
Oh, extremely so.
We thank God. Prof, so much is happening in this country, and especially at a time whereby we are looking at Gachagua's impeachment issue, there seems to be other monsters that are trying to catch up with him, and one of them being expulsion from the ruling party, UDA. Now the leadership has come forth with a press statement saying they are considering substituting him with Kithure Kindiki, the DP designate from their end. And I want to understand this. Just what is going to be left for Rigathi Gachagua at the end of this entire thing, now that he's been chased away from every corner?
Gachagua is a politician. Once you enter politics, you know that's the terrain. You must navigate through that terrain. It's full of landmines.
You can lose it all in one swap?
You can. People have lost. Again, you can be smarter than your opponents. You can have the last laugh.
So how do you get that redeeming grace to have the last laugh in this
case?
It's
a question of your day in the sun. They have their day in the sun today. Tomorrow you have your day in the sun. That's how politics is. Globally, everywhere, all the time. Even before the so-called democratic states, before democracy as we know it, kingdoms and what have you, empires. It's always been like that. Yeah.
The question on board, Prof, is why Kithure Kindiki? Is this an intimidating factor to be put at the face of Rigathi Gachagua?
No, he's a blue-eyed boy. He's a blue-eyed boy, the new boy, they say on the what? The new kid on the block.
The new kid on the block?
Yeah.
What bread and butter do you think?
It happens like that. Today, you are the one basking in the glory. You are everything. People are being jettisoned, and there's a red carpet for you, roses all over the place. But tomorrow, you are there crying. Somebody else is laughing. That is life. And Shakespeare told us, life is a stage.
All this is vanity.
You get onto the stage, do your bit, and exit the stage.
But a rider was attached by Shakespeare that you only exit when the clap or cheer is loudest. For Gachagua, look, yes, was here to get to his prime, but he's now being axed.
Shakespeare never said that. You can always exit when the time to exit comes. You can be jettisoned. And
you're out.
Yeah, it's politics. Look here, anytime you enter into politics, this is expected. I'm a very reflective and observant person. I could see in these bombers of Kenya, William Ruto smiling, the mother was there, the wife was there, Rigathi, and something went into my mind. Tomorrow another set of Kenyans will be smiling, and these ones could be crying, and it's life. That's how it happens.
That is how it happens.
You know, especially in public life. If you don't want that, live your own private life. You manage your own affairs in your own small way. You'll have your own hiccups here and there, and ups and downs, but you are on, manageable. But in public life, you go high. The higher you go, the bigger the fall.
And
someone like me, what is the worst that could happen to me? Just to go to Luombe.
If you fall from grace.
Where am I falling from? I'm already down. If I was up. Have you ever seen how people defend positions? When those positions are about to go, they can't imagine living life the way Manyora lives his life. They can't imagine.
Kimunyo once said, I'd rather die than resign.
Yeah, they are so used to that life that they can't imagine life. When they look at us, they wonder how we are living. They sympathize with us.
For them, they find validation from that kind of life?
Yeah, that's their life to them. So once you go into public life, enjoy the glory when it is there. Enjoy it while it lasts. Surely, you must always know, like Gigi told us in that famous book of his.
Gigi
the book may not be famous, but the title, Illusion of Power.
Illusion of power?
Yeah. There's nothing like power. It's an illusion. You think you are big. I keep asking, what is there to be big like being a minister or a deputy president or even a president of a poor, dirty third world country like Kenya? What's big about that? Being president of this country? What's big about it?
East Africa's power
A
hub?
poor, dirty third world country where people live in squalor. People live like animals. You just need to go to Korogosha and say, what is the point in being president of a country like this? What is there? If you stopped 1,000 people in New York, do you know Kenya? A few of them is it in Nigeria? They don't know Kenya.
So if you ask who is Kindiki, none knows.
Now Kindiki, what are you talking about? I'm talking about Kenya, nobody knows about it. Then you're talking about Kindiki, who would know Kindiki?
So oftentimes you think we're exaggerating our sense of importance as a country.
There's nothing these people are fighting over. These are small little things. I wouldn't even be excited if you gave me deputy president. Or even made me president. I wouldn't be excited. It's a small thing. President of Kenya is a small little thing. What is there? It's not like when the president of the US came here. What did you see? Were you here that time? Were you all
at the university?
Did you see the beast?
Oh yeah.
Did you see those helicopters? They call their Pesh helicopter. Ugly looking, but powerful. Hovering over so that nothing touches Air Force One. When it is landing, you could see power. And they say, where Air Force One lands, that is America. And you saw people are being swept away from their own country.
This has been Kenya.
Policemen. It's not Kenya. That's America. Where Air Force One lands. That's power. Now you can't compare that to these little things people are fighting over.
So would you then say that for Rigathi Gachagua, his biggest unbecoming was never preparing for imminent fall at some point? Because you said anyone entering public life definitely knows there's a route out.
Very few prepare that for that. They don't see it coming.
And now this sort of wiggle room that UDA and Kenya Kwanza-led politicians are going to have now that Gachagua might be ousted, how long do you think it's going to last? Do you see monsters from Gachagua coming back to haunt people in Kenya Kwanza before 2027?
Of course. Absolutely so.
Really?
Yeah. You see, Gachagua is not a fly you can just
whip away
with a fly whisk. No. He's a factor in Kenyan politics. He comes from the most populous community, the most political community, the most influential community. And that community is not happy with what is happening to Gachagua. So you can't say he will just walk away. He just can't take a walk. No.
But how about this big stone that is laid on his skin of economic crimes that they want to push him out with, even should his impeachment come to fall?
Which economic crime?
Saying, of course, using state proceedings for his personal gain and other issues among
Nobody has said that. It has foolishly been put that he owes property. But these people, all of them own property. There has been no nexus between the property and any wrongdoing. You see, it's not enough to say somebody has property. You must link the property to some wrongdoing. Nobody ever attempted. They say he owns 2 hotels, which he leased. What's wrong with leasing a hotel? They say, it is so ridiculous. These guys have taken us through a lot of shame. They say, Gachagua says he borrowed 600. Children borrowed 600 million. He has only showed the letter of offer. What did they want him to show? These are confidential documents. When you negotiate for a loan, you are assessed on the basis of the risk of repayment. And you are given a loan on your terms. The interests are determined by the risk assessment and other factors. The bank doesn't share that information with everybody. Otherwise, I go to the bank and they give me 200 million. I'm paying an interest of 20%. You go, they give you 200 million and you are paying at 2%, at say 12%. These are individuals. Some of these are private issues, confidential matters. Some of them are even protected under the Data Protection Act. So when I see these MPs and some of these cheap lawyers speaking English, you feel like you wonder, what are they talking about? They are taking us through a lot of shame. Some lawyer called me, a very senior lawyer, an old man, and I told him I was not talking about you. And I must apologize to some of the people like Muturi Kigano who have fought for this country, who have sacrificed so much.
Muturi Kigano.
Yeah, who did so many pro bono cases, who touched cases during Moi's time, which nobody would touch. There were lawyers like them. Mada Karua, they fall in that category. So Muturi Kigano called me and told you know, don't lambast lawyers like that. There are lawyers who have done.
A credit to that profession.
It's true, they are there. But I'm embarrassed by current crop of lawyers who think everything is about a shilling without looking at the matter before court. The matter we are handling is a matter that can bring this country down. It cannot be reduced to money. It cannot be reduced to what lawyers call instructions. No. And it cannot be a matter of English. As I was coming from Machakos to come and do this show a short while, I was just watching the proceedings on my phone, listening on my phone. And I had some lawyer, I just switched it off. After, I can't, this is about English.
Just basically.
Some lawyer I respect is saying, you see, you are saying the nomination of Kindiki must be subjected to public participation. And then I listen, what is he saying? He's saying, but when the president nominates a deputy president, a running mate, there's no public participation. It is on the basis of that running mate that we will choose you whether to be president or not. There can be no better public participation than that, because we will vote for you as a presidential candidate on the basis of, among other things, the person who is your running. Because we know, should that office fall vacant, this is the guy who's going to become president.
True.
Now a lawyer is talking, I say, oh God. I said, and with good English, this is not about English. You better speak broken English, like I've seen some lawyers, they're struggling with English. You better speak, if you are a Pukusu, speak some Pukusu English.
But the big thinking has to come out of it.
Yeah, big thinking. This is about country. This cannot be reduced to instructions.
Client instruction.
No, this is about this country. I want lawyers at moments like this to think about this country. Yeah.
So then again, Prof, now we are looking at a situation whereby Rigathi Gachagua might be ousted out of office in the fullness of time.
Yes.
But the question remains, for UDA, when it comes to making sure that it's a party that goes ahead of its time like it had been profiled earlier on when they took power, do you see UDA lasting beyond 2027, or do you see a new outfit being created by Ruto before then?
Parties in this country other than Kanu, you know, Kanu was Kenyatta, Kanu was Moi, especially Moi. All these other parties, they are Raila, ODM is Raila, Raila is ODM. You get it? Jubilee was Uhuru, Uhuru is Jubilee. UDA is Ruto, Ruto is UDA. So long as Ruto is around, UDA will be there. Or so long as he wishes it. He can choose to go to ODM like people have said. Because we were together.
Reincarnation of Pentagon?
Yeah. Hasa kusema hii shida gani? Pentagon, tuende ODM, tuende vile tulianza.
Hey.
Iko shida gani? Kwani iko nini? Iko nini? He can say that. Then that will be the end of UDA. But the point, on a more serious note, the point I'm making, our parties belong to individuals.
Not quite about ideologies and shared visions and goals?
Which part has an ideology? There's none.
So you find them to be more of outfits for private political interest?
Yeah, just some of them are kiosks. Most of these politicians are businessmen. They make politics to them is business.
Not advancing democracy through political parties?
No, which one? Oh, nobody talks about democracy. They can't have democracy in their own parties. How can they talk about democracy at a higher level? Have you ever seen a party with democracy anywhere in this country? Have you seen the shambolic nominations? Chaos. Have you seen open buying of nomination certificates?
UD has been benchmarking largely from China's
Which China?
Party, yeah?
China is a communist party.
Communist party, yeah?
A communist party is a party of ideas. A party that has removed China from a poor country
We saw them going
to a world giant. A country of 1 billion people, and they are not going hungry. A misery 50 million people here, people are eating even dogs. So you can't compare yourself to the communist party.
They have hugely benchmarked over the last 2 years.
Which benchmark? Even Jubilee had gone to benchmark.
Yeah.
The communist party is a party of ideas. High level ideology.
We are here to get there.
Not even yet to get. We are not heading there. You can only get where you are heading.
All right, there you have it. That point by the think tank himself, Herman Manyora. Takes us to the wrap of today's conversation here on Richard Mwenje Exclusive. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing. In the meantime, engage us on our social media handles. I'm at Mwenje Richard on X and on TikTok. Find Professor Herman Manyora at H Manyora on X as well. Let's get your feedback about the day's conversation and also conversation that we would wish us to roll out in our subsequent editions. Until then, do enjoy the rest of your viewing.